There it is. The answer to today's countdown question, the answer is paper. You can have paper chase, paper money, paper plane, and also paper tiger as well. Hello everyone. We are back live on the internet. Hello. This is Much Wenlock calling Planet Earth. Can you hear us? We're back. We are here. We are back together again, and it's so nice to be with you once again. Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Duncan and also
Mr. Steve.
Mr. Steve, he can't wait. He can't wait to start. He's been restless all morning, asking me, when are we going to be on, Mr. Duncan? Are we on yet? Are we on yet? And yes, we are now on, Mr. Steve. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Yes.
Are you having a good day?
Yes, I'm having a good day. I've got lots of jobs done today. I have my list of jobs to do.
This is something Steve does very well, and I don't do. I never do this. I never make lists or things that I have to do. I never write them down. Probably because I'm rather lazy.
I find that if I write things down that I want to get done, I get them done because particularly if I do it the night before. So I like to do it before I go to bed. What do I want to do tomorrow? What jobs need doing? It could be simple things like, phone a friend, phone somebody,
Yes.
John or something.
John.
But it just reminds me to do these. I think sometimes they're silly things. But I just write them all down, sort of 5 or 6 things. And I like to cross them off. It makes me feel like I've achieved something during the day.
I think that is actually a very good point because achieving things, so making a list will guarantee that the next day you will at least achieve something by doing the things that are on the list. I like that. You know what? I should do that more often. I think so.
It might be, make bread today, or it could be I need to take something round to a neighbour, so I've written that down to remind me.
Change underwear.
Yes. Wash ears. It could be anything, but I just like to write them down, and then I feel as though I've achieved something.
I think what you like to do is cross them off the list. I think Steve enjoys crossing the things off as he does them. It gives him some sort of satisfaction.
Well, it works.
Nice. Oh, you're wearing your ring today.
Which ring? Oh, this one. Yes.
Good.
I like doing that. Yeah, I do it a lot at work because I don't know where I picked it up. I think it was probably work that said, if you want to achieve that, make 5 appointments with customers today or whatever. But yes, I find it works. And I get lots done that way. Sometimes I feel a bit pressured. But like, for example, I wanted to repot the amaryllis plant today.
I don't think we've got time.
Okay, we haven't got time. No, we haven't got time. No. Hurry up, Mr. Duncan.
Steve, calm down.
Pass me a tissue, please.
We're only on till 3 and we have a lot of things to do. So
yes.
Anyway, Steve likes making lists.
That's it.
That is what we've
Move
learned.
on.
Yes, okay, Steve. That is what we've learned. What do you want now?
A tissue, please. A tissue.
A tissue.
A tissue. We all fall down.
Bless you.
Thank you very much. For some reason,
Mr. Steve has mucus coming out of his head for some reason. Anyway, today we are talking about something because everyone is so depressed and miserable at the moment. I think we should have something nice. So today we are looking at a lovely thing. We are looking at making wishes or having a wish. In fact, I'm going to make a wish right now. It didn't come true, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, that's an old trick.
Can you guess what I was wishing for?
You wished that I wasn't here on the live stream with you right now, Mr. Duncan. I think that's what you were wishing.
I would never wish that, ever.
Maybe you were wishing that you weren't married.
No, I would never wish that. I think you wish that because you keep forgetting to wear the ring.
I do forget to wear it, but that's
Anyway,
not, yeah.
Steve.
Move on, Mr. Duncan. Don't
Oh,
waste time. We've only
Steve.
got an hour.
Okay, calm down. Goodness me. I wish you could see Mr. Steve when he's not doing this. He's as miserable as anything. Anyway, enough badness today. We want happiness. So if you could wish for anything, what would it be? We'll be asking that question a little bit later on. Also, from today, we are doing something special until the end of this month. Guess what we're doing? We are doing live streams every day between now and the 31st. Don't worry, Steve, not you. You don't have to be here every day. From the 22nd, which is today, until the 31st of October, I'm with you every day live. And
What are you saying, Mr. Duncan? You're doing a live stream every day. People will be able to watch you every day until the end of this month.
So not only today, but also tomorrow and the day after that and the day after that.
Second and third and fourth and
Yes.
fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth
You
and
don't
ninth.
need to add that up.
30th of September, April, so it's 31 days.
Yes, it says there on the screen.
Oh, yes.
It
It's
says
all right, I'm just exaggerating.
9 days, for those wondering. So 9 days of live streams. And the reason why we're doing that, of course, on the 31st, on that particular day, we are celebrating 17 years on YouTube. So every single day I'm with you. So I will be with you tomorrow as well. We are only doing 1 hour today, just 60 minutes, or should I say 50 minutes, because we only have 50 minutes left. We are making wishes. Yesterday, goodness me, we've had some terrible weather, haven't we?
We've had a lot of rain, Mr. Duncan. We've had about a month's rain in about 2 days.
Yeah. Well, I think it was more than that. I think it was about 6 weeks' rain, 6 weeks worth of rain in 24 hours, because it really did rain. And would you like to see the result of that rain? Well, guess what? You are going to see it right now.
Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. Guess what? We have had some rain. In fact, we've had a lot of rain. As you can see, the river here has become very full, and now there is lots of flooding in this particular area. Believe it or not, the place you are looking at here is actually a road. It is also a place where the river and the road meet each other. So quite often when the rainfall is heavy, or if we have a lot of rainfall, then this is the result.
Oh my goodness. So there it is, or there it was on the screen. That was just incredible. We've had so much rain. Everywhere now is floating around. We were worried. We were quite concerned, in fact, that the house was going to float away because we had so much rain. So now you know we've had a lot of rain.
Well, when we woke up, I looked outside at the back of the house, and the water was coming off the fields onto where we've got like a patio area at the back. And because the drain, there was so much water it couldn't go down the drains. It was literally flowing down the side of the house.
Everywhere.
So it was a little, I thought, well, it's going to undermine the foundations of the house, but we were all right.
Anyway, we're still here. The house is still standing, just about.
Yes.
So everything is all right. Oh, we have the lovely view. That is the live view, looking at the back, and you can see everything is lovely today. It's quite nice. So no rain today. We are looking at the live chat as well. If you want to say hello, don't forget. Maybe if the live chat is not showing on your screen now, you might have to refresh the page. That is always a tip, you see. So if it isn't playing, the live chat, you might have to refresh your page. Hello, Vitas. Oh, nice to see you here today, Vitas.
Well,
oh,
Rosa, talking of wishes.
Can I just do the...
Yeah, go on.
Congratulations,
go on.
Steve.
Vitas is always very quick with his typing.
He has a fast finger.
Well, we were talking about wishes. Wishes is the theme of today's live stream. Rosa's wish is that she would be first in the live stream. So that's Rosa's wish.
It's very hard. You've got to have a very fast finger. If there's one thing I've noticed, Vitas has a very fast finger.
What do you do? I don't know how. What do you have to keep typing all the time in anticipation of you coming on live?
That doesn't work.
Because
I don't activate the live stream before I come on. I activate it after. So everyone has the same chance, you see.
So what's the tip?
I don't know. I think you just have to sit there and be ready. And that's it.
So as soon as it comes up...
That's it. As soon as the live stream starts. But even then, I don't start the live chat straight away.
Right.
So everyone can join at the same time. And they also have the same chance of being first. So I always try to make that as fair as I possibly can.
Maybe you could write something out, copy and paste it.
Doesn't work.
And then be ready.
Nope, doesn't work.
You could have a Word document open, and then as soon as it opens, you could copy and paste it in. Bang, press enter, and there you are. So that's the tip, Rosa.
But still, you've got to know when I've activated it. So if everyone did it, it would probably be no different. So your chances of being first on the live chat are the same as everyone else's. So there's no cheating taking place. For those worrying, there is nothing strange going on. Valentin is here. Palmyra, Olga, we have Beatrice. Beatrice, are you still in the mountains?
I think she is, because she says she's very tired. And this is only the beginning, but I am looking ahead like you told me, she's saying to Lewis.
Yes.
There, who is also here today.
Be positive. Oh, hello to Luis Mendez.
So Zika's here, Olga's here. Marcia's here as well. Stefano, Inaki, Richard, Rosa we mentioned, Zika we mentioned, I think Marcia, yes. There was
just
somebody from
same
Poland.
People.
Somebody from Poland as well earlier who I wanted to say, Tim Wan.
Christina is on her bike.
She is on her bike. She's probably in the mountains as well. She likes her bike, so she's going to watch it later. Mariusz from Poland, hello, big hello to you too. And Zershid, and that's it. We haven't got time for any more.
We have a lot of light around today because the sun has decided to come out. I think it's because we are on the live stream. I think that's what it is. Don't forget, tomorrow I am with you live. I'm with you live every day between now and the 31st of October because we are celebrating 17 years on YouTube. I can't believe it. I can't. Don't forget to give me a like, by the way,
Yes.
or else I will cry. I will spend the rest of today crying.
He does, it's true.
I will be weeping my little eyes
I have
out.
to console you, don't I, if you don't get lots of likes.
That would be nice.
I have to think of me and what I have to do to bring Mr. Duncan's mood up for the rest of the day if he doesn't get lots of likes.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Steve.
And it's just a burden on me. So do it for me. Don't do it for Mr. Duncan. Do it for me so that I don't have to spend the rest of the day. Oh, it's all right, Mr. Duncan. They do like you, really. They do. It's just that they forget.
See,
That's all it is. And you'll go, I've gone, no, it's all right, Mr. Duncan. Shall I make you a cup of tea?
You never do that.
I do. I always make you a cup of tea after the live stream.
Yes,
You know that.
Yes. But could you put less poison in it next time? We are making wishes today. Would you like to make a wish, Mr. Steve? You can make one right now. Make a wish now.
Right, done it. It was pretty predictable, I've got to say. It was quite a predictable wish. As soon as you said make a wish, a picture of something came immediately into my mind. It was big. It was...
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, something came immediately into my mind. Can you guess
all right,
what it
Steve.
was?
No,
Well, you asked me to wish, and now you don't want to know what it is.
I don't want to know what it is because you're not supposed to tell people what the wish is. You're not supposed to tell. Anyway, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about wishes.
Yes, Valentin, you're right.
Making wishes
Yes.
today. Something nice to talk about. What did Valentin say?
Well, it begins with let's say it's a type of horse from
okay.
America.
What? That doesn't make any sense. You mean
Yes.
a car?
Yes, it's a car,
Okay.
but it's named after a sort of a powerful horse.
Is it?
Yes,
But why?
a Mustang.
Yes.
It's a horse, isn't it? It's
Why
a-
though?
Well, that was my wish.
No, but why is it called a Mustang?
Why is
it
the
be-
horse
it-
called a Mustang?
Why is the
Why is the car called a
is-
Mustang?
Yes, why?
Well, because it's a horse, a big galloping horse.
So it's basically saying it's got lots of horsepower.
Lots of horsepower, lots of energy. Yeah, you could be right there, Mr. Duncan.
What is
yes.
what is a horsepower anyway?
Well, I don't. It's supposed to be the power of a horse to pull something.
That doesn't. But what is it in strength? Is there a measurement of horsepower?
Yeah.
So when we say that a car has so much horsepower, what is the measurement, the unit of horsepower?
I don't know. Actually, that's a very good question, Mr. Duncan. That's a very good question.
I'm shocked. Can I just say, there's not
It's
many.
just horsepower. It's probably pounds per foot or something. I don't know.
How many hooves go clip clop clip clop?
I don't actually. I did used to know, but I've forgotten. I think it's the amount of power needed to pull something.
See, I thought you would know that.
Well, I did know, but I've forgotten.
Okay.
I mean, in other parts of in the UK and in the US, we measure the power of cars in horsepowers, but I don't think they do in Europe. I think it's probably Newton meters per some. I don't know. If somebody can tell us.
If there's one thing we've learned from what you've just said, you don't know. But I didn't mean to put you on the spot, by the way. I thought
That's all right.
I just thought you would know. So what is horsepower? If anyone out there has Google, you can Google horsepower.
Who doesn't have it?
You can Google horsepower and tell us what is horsepower. What is it? What does it refer to? Does it refer to the amount of hooves?
No, it's about
Or maybe no, I'm not. It's okay.
how much you can pull.
Oh yes, I guess that. I guess that because I suppose it comes from the time when horses used to pull things.
I think so.
So
yes.
I think that's what it is. Ooh, dear. So if anyone knows what horsepower actually is, what the measurement is, please let us know. Yes,
That's my wish.
Yes, I am with you. I am with you tomorrow as well. Will I survive? I don't know. So every day between now and the 31st, we are, well, unfortunately, can I just point out that Steve won't be with us every day because he now has a job. He's working. He's
I'm
working.
under the cosh.
Yeah, okay.
As we say, I've got my nose to the grindstone.
Have you?
I'm on the treadmill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any more?
I can't think of any other anecdotes.
You've got your shoulder to the grindstone.
Shoulder to the grindstone, yes. Under the cosh. I said that already.
That one doesn't sound right though. That sounds like they're beating you up.
Well, it's just I'm bringing home the bacon. That's it. That's
That's
what I'm
it.
doing. Bringing home the bacon.
You are slogging away.
Slogging away.
If you slog, it means you are struggling, you are working hard, you are doing something. Slog. And we often use that in British English. Slog. Maybe if a person is slogging and they have a lot of work to do, they might have to slog through the night.
If you have a meeting at work and it goes on and on and on and it's tedious and time seems to slow down, you can say, oh, that meeting was a slog. It just meant it goes on for a long time. It was effort, concentration, just sort of tires you out.
Yes, makes you very exhausted.
It's something you would not say about these live lessons.
Jimmy from Hong Kong is asking you, Mr. Steve, what your thoughts are about Arsenal managing to steal a point from Chelsea in the latest London derby.
Oh, well, of course, I'm an expert on football.
I have no idea what you're talking about, to be honest, Jimmy.
Arsenal, my mother supported Arsenal. It was her favourite football team, wasn't it?
Yeah, she always used to say, up the Arsenal.
Because she used to live in London. Chelsea's a London. I think they're both London football teams, aren't they?
Oh dear.
And so my father used to support, I think it was Tottenham Hotspur, which was a London one as well. And so there was a bit of rivalry there.
Actually, it's amazing. It's amazing how many football teams exist around the London area. You'd think there would just be one, London United or something like that. But instead they have lots of little smaller football teams all dotted around the area.
But Jimmy said the London Derby.
So
do you
I think
mean the football? Do you mean the football? It must be the football. Yes.
I think the Derby is just one of the tournaments, isn't it? One of the heats. I have absolutely no idea about any of what you've said, Jimmy. Something about points, something about
league,
something about manager, something about Arsenal. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it, and I think it's fair to say that neither of us.
I'm not sure which competition that one is, Jimmy. Perhaps you can tell us. Is it just the normal football league start of the season? I haven't heard of football in the UK referred to as a derby.
I've heard of it.
Horse racing.
I've heard of it.
Right.
So a derby is I think it refers to the type of race to get to a certain position. Anyway,
maybe you can tell us, Jimmy.
I have something very important to mention. Can we say hello to Claudia? Because apparently her father has been taken ill. So Claudia won't be with us today on the live chat. But can I say a big hello, Claudia? We wish your dad all the best. But join us when you can. Okay, that's all we say. So take care, please.
Palmyra asks, is my job physical or sedentary? I would say it was sedentary.
Definitely.
Because I have to spend quite a lot of time in front of the computer.
That's a good word.
It is a good word, sedentary. It means no movement or very little movement.
You are doing something, but you are kind of inactive.
Physically inactive.
So definitely. Sedentary.
Sedentary. Have you got a sedentary job? That's an office job, based in the office. Usually, we say would be a sedentary job.
Maybe a driver.
Maybe a driver. So you see, I have to spend time on the phone to my customers because I'm in sales. So, and then I've got to check things on the computer, and then I go to visit my customers, and I have to drive. So that's sitting down. So I get very little exercise during the working day. And then if I want to exercise, I have to do it either before work, which I never do because I'm too lazy. I've got to get up too early for that. Some people are very good, aren't they? Getting up early and doing their exercise before work. I tend to do it after work, sort of around 5, 6 o'clock.
So I think there are things you must always bear in mind, especially, well, I think I have the same problem if I'm working at my desk over there. And sometimes I can spend 5 or 6 hours sitting at the desk. And then when I stand up, my legs are all stiff and aching. And sometimes It might be my age, but sometimes I go a little bit dizzy as
Dizzy?
well. Dizzy. I get a strange throbbing in my head. And it's strange. So if I suddenly get up whilst working, I go a little bit, swimmy.
And yet you can stand up for hours without
Yes.
any fatigue.
And I think that is my natural state, standing up.
Mr. Duncan can stand up for hours.
I can.
He could do 3 hours straight and not even get an ache.
No.
Whereas after an hour, I get achy.
No.
So yes, it's probably your large feet that are sort of supporting you in some way. But yes, Mr. Duncan can stand up for hours. I'm not quite sure why. Yes, it was the Football Premier League, says Jimmy. And no, unfortunately, I don't follow football either. Yes, but I know about the football. My father used to watch it. The television was always on the sport on a Saturday.
My father used to try and get me involved with football, following it. He used to take me every Saturday to the local football team, Stafford Rangers.
Wow.
And I remember there was a moment, I don't know if you remember, but there was a moment where Stafford Rangers climbed up to a certain level in the league, and they actually went to Wembley to play football in one of the leagues. I can't remember what league it was, but they did many, many years ago. I think it was in the late 1970s, but my dad used to take me, and it did not make me interested in football at all. In fact, it may have been the opposite, because it was always freezing cold, and I had to stand there, and they would give us a cup of tea, but they would put no sugar in the tea.
Well, that's no good for you.
Yes.
Lots of sugar in your tea.
So if they put lots of sugar in the tea, I think I would have probably become a big football fan.
I think I'm a bit of a wimp because, my father used to take me to football occasionally. I went with a school trip to London once and we watched... my father took me to London to watch Chelsea play.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was probably Chelsea. I bet it was Chelsea and
I bet it was.
Arsenal. I bet it was.
Yeah.
And it was 0-0 at Wembley Stadium. And I was bored throughout the whole thing. I was cold.
Yes.
No, it's not for me.
It sounds like our experience of going to see a live football match was pretty similar. Because they always start the season when summer is ending. That doesn't make any sense. Why do they start the football season in August and then it continues as the weather gets worse?
Well, because, it's cricket and tennis in the summer.
Just have it all at the same time.
Cricket and tennis in the summer and then football in the winter.
Yes.
Because it'd probably be very hot running around on a football pitch in the summer. And they'll all be sweating and getting all hot and under the collar.
Yes. Do you remember? I'm not talking from personal experience, but rugby players, and I always found this quite interesting for some reason. Rugby is a very manly sport, and they run around the field and they're pulling each other to the ground and they're punching and kicking, and then afterwards they used to all go into the changing rooms and they would climb into a large bath together.
I think the football players do that as well.
I don't think they do it anymore.
Not anymore, no.
No, but I always thought that was odd. Well, not odd, maybe quite erotic to some people. I always thought it was strange that these big, manly, beefy men would be running around on the pitch all aggressive, and then afterwards they all climb naked into a large bathtub.
It's all about machismo, isn't it? It's all about machismo.
Yeah.
And, just being a man. Look at me, I'm all out there.
Well, you're saying that men being naked with other men is a sign of masculinity.
I think it is in the well, it used to be.
Being naked in underwater.
Well, you can compare yourself to other men, can't you? Look who's got the biggest tackle.
Yes.
I bet they're all sort of swaggering around. Look at me.
I thought the tackle was on the pitch.
Well, the tackle on the pitch and off the pitch.
Yes. So I think they're all having a little look.
Of course they are.
At each other's dingly danglies.
Oh yes, everyone's. Oh yes, his bigger than mine. Yes,
Yes.
so not sure about that. But yes, it's probably. I don't know if they still do that. They probably do. It's all about bonding, isn't it? The team's got to bond together. So
It's an interesting
you
way
jump into a bath together naked, and then you're sort of.
Oh,
There's
okay.
lots of banter going on.
Steve,
and,
okay.
look at and
What?
and well, it's all banter. It's all about team building and you know.
Okay,
Getting
Steve.
all macho and
I
you know.
think Steve's getting a little bit too excited about that.
Anyway, no, I don't. It doesn't do anything for me. Sort of.
I used to hate being naked at school. You know, after you'd play sports, and then everyone in the changing rooms had to get naked. I hated that so much because I was really self-conscious about everything, and I had nothing down there.
Oh.
It was all. I don't know why. Whenever I'd been outside in the freezing cold, everything would do
It
this.
shrinks.
Yeah, it all just goes up like this. Men, this is for men, by the way.
Yes.
We're talking to. So we would go out. We would do these cross-country runs across the field, and then I'd get back to the changing rooms, and everyone would say, "Right, lads, strip off, go and have a shower." And I would everything that.
It all shrunk, had it?
This is what it looked like. It just all shrunk. It went up like this.
Cold water. I'll tell you, that's not a good look for a man.
Well, it wasn't cold water. It was just being outside.
Well, that's it. Yes.
In the cold.
All men know this. There is
Yes.
always significant shrinkage. cold weather.
Women don't know this, but this is what happens to men when we get cold. Everything
Shrinks.
everything goes up.
All shrinks,
It all
yes.
goes up like this. That's what it looks like. Everything.
Right. We're digressing, Mr. Duncan.
We are now going to spend the next 25 minutes talking about a lovely thing. We are talking about making a wish. I am sprinkling my fairy dust everywhere today. Are you enjoying it?
Got a funny smell.
Sorry? What? What does that even mean, by the way?
I don't know. Anyway, carry on. Move on.
Today we are looking at wishes, and I think wishing for things I think it is a good thing. I will be honest with you. I'm not lying. I would say that wishing for things is a nice thing to want. You wish for something. I'm sure, well, we've already talked about what Mr. Steve wishes for. In fact, I can think of two things. One of them, of course, is a Ford Mustang car. But you said last week that you weren't bothered now about a Ford. You keep changing your mind.
Yeah, I'm not so bothered. No, I think if I never owned or drove a Ford Mustang, I've got to the point. It's almost like for the last several years that I have lusted after a Ford Mustang. It's almost like I've had the affair and it's sort of passed. It's almost like mentally I have owned it and driven it, and now I'm sort of bored with it. And it, you know,
The funny thing about
funny, isn't it?
The funny thing about
Grown out of it, maybe.
Yeah, the funny thing about your wish is that you've never driven the car ever.
Well,
So you might try to drive it and hate it.
Well, I wanted to drive
Yeah,
one.
so that's-
I went to the Ford garage 3 years ago and said, can you give me a test drive?
Not a good time to try and drive a car, by the way.
Well, it was just before the pandemic.
yes.
And I said, can I have a test drive? And the young man there said, well, I'll give you a call back. He said, we haven't got any at the moment. And then I kept phoning back and he kept saying, no, because of the pandemic hit, all the people weren't making cars. They were in short supply. So there weren't any. As soon as they got a car in, they sold it. So there were no demonstrator cars.
Yes, nobody was doing anything during the
So I
pandemic.
was never able to actually drive one. It was quite disappointing.
Here
So
we go
probably
then.
Just as well.
It's time to look at the wishing.
Ooh.
There was a lovely song that was around in the 1960s. Wishing and wanting and hoping and wishing and hoping and wanting and wishing.
Was that a Burt Bacharach?
I think it may have been.
And it was sung by, I can't remember her name now.
Oh, okay, good. That was some good information.
Can you remember her name?
I can't.
I will remember her name.
Yes.
Someone would have already looked it up.
Can somebody please tell us what horsepower is? What is
We can look it up later.
what is the measurement of horsepower? So come on, we need to know. I want to know, to be honest.
Black singer, she sung it. Lovely voice.
Okay.
I think she's still alive. And she was related to that singer that died, Whitney Houston. It was Whitney Houston's...
Not Aretha Franklin.
No, it was
Dionne
Whitney,
Warwick?
Yes, Dionne Warwick.
Oh, was it Dionne Warwick?
That's Dionne Warwick,
Okay.
yes.
So we've got that one. We've nailed that one.
No need to look that up. Forget that.
We've got that sorted out. Okay, all the strange random questions.
We would like to know what horsepower is, but we can look it up later.
Wish. You make a wish. So I think wishing is a normal thing to do. I think everyone deep down has some wish, something that they wish for. Maybe something that they wish for that is not even for themselves. Maybe it is something that is what we call selfless. Maybe a selfless wish can be something that you're hoping for someone else. So I wish that Mr. Steve gets his Ford Mustang. I wish it for you. I wish you all the success in the world for learning English. So my wishes are not selfish, they are selfless.
Really?
Yes.
Is there any such thing as a selfless wish?
I think so.
Because they do say about people who they have reported, I've seen it mentioned that people who do charity work, it appears on the surface that they're giving, themselves and giving up their time and everything to help other people. But in fact, they are getting something back in return. They are getting a feeling of being good. They are getting recognition for being this charity worker. So they are getting something back in return.
I've always said this about altruism. Altruism is the action of doing something that you do without wanting anything in return. Wait there, Steve. I know you're wanting to say something. And altruism, even that, I think, is selfish in a way. Even if you are doing something for others, there might be something that you expect in return, even if it's just gratitude or attention. So it can happen. Steve?
Olga has looked it up. A horsepower is, according to Wikipedia, approximately 735.5 watts.
That means nothing.
Well, a kilowatt, so that's nearly a kilowatt, isn't it?
A kilowatt of what?
A kilowatt of electricity.
Electricity?
Well, that's watts is a measurement, isn't it, of power? Technically.
I'm more confused.
Well, if you were to convert a kilowatt of electricity into, because we've got electric cars now, if you were to convert a kilowatt of energy into driving force in your car, that would be the equivalent of horsepower.
So how does that work with engines that are powered by petrol?
Well, you can convert that into watts. Anything can be converted into watts. So energy is all transferable, isn't it?
I can see it now.
Good.
I'm getting it. It's coming through.
So it's nearly a kilowatt, isn't it? Which doesn't sound very much. You'd have thought that a horse would have been more powerful than 1 kilowatt. But then when you think about it, it's got to burn a lot of energy to produce that amount of power. Yeah. So it probably is right.
Yes. See, I always thought it referred to the inertia of the animal as it pulls. So there's a certain amount of force being dragged behind it, or maybe things, or the energy that is contained in the horse. But anyway, we've learned something. We are talking about our subject, wish. We wish something.
Vitas has provided another explanation. I didn't see that one. He has done it, yes.
Okay,
Here
Steve.
we go. The power required to lift 75 kilograms to a height of 1 metre in 1 second.
That sounds more like it.
There we go.
I think it is, yes. I think it is something to do with the power that's required. So I was kind of right.
So a horse, that's it. So if you attached 75 kilograms to a horse on a pulley, and it was able to lift it up in 1 second, that's 1 kilogram.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can imagine that, can't you?
Yes.
A horse being powerful.
So I think it's almost
that.
like the potential energy that it has.
So 75 kilograms is about the weight of a person, isn't it?
Yeah.
Approximately.
Good.
A heavy person.
They should call it manpower then.
I think that's right. 75.
It's okay,
right?
Steve.
What's the weight of a person?
Steve.
Oh, weight of a person about 78
everyone's
kilograms.
clicking away. Steve, where are you going?
Right. So you wish that I would stop talking about horsepower.
Yes.
Right, let's carry on.
Okay, Steve. All right, calm down. My
By
goodness.
the way, somebody wanted, who was it? Saturino has a wish to win 1 trillion on the Euro lottery.
I am going to make your wish come true. Here we go then. I will grant that wish to you now. Your wish has been granted.
But please give us half. Well, actually, 10% would be enough because a trillion's a lot. I mean, you know, it doesn't just want 1 million, wants 1 trillion, which is like a lot more.
Well, that was very accurate.
Well, 1 billion is 1,000 million, so 1 trillion is 1,000.
Steve,
stop
doing this.
A million's enough, probably.
1 million is enough, but you know what inflation is like at the moment? I can imagine in 3 or 4 years from now, everyone will be talking about trillions of dollars instead of millions because of inflation. You see, that's how it works. So if you could send a little bit of your lottery win when you win your £1 trillion or dollars, please send some of it to us. So even my wish that I grant to you, I would still like a reward for it. So there is no such thing as altruism. It doesn't exist. Everyone wants something, even if they appear to be giving something to others. They still want something in return.
Yes, because we watched an interesting programme. Anyway, right, no, move on. Don't talk about that. Stop distracting Mr. Duncan.
Steve, we've got things to do, you see.
Yes, I know. We're going in 15 minutes.
Yes. Hope. You can hope for something. So if you hope for something, it can be anything really. Maybe you have a job interview tomorrow. Maybe you are going to attend a very important job interview. Maybe your dream job. Maybe it is waiting for you to take. But there is one thing you have to overcome, and that is the job interview. You hope that you are successful with your job interview, and hopefully then you will get your dream job. Want. Now, I always think the word want is an interesting word because I think there is often a definition of want that can be seen as, would I be right in saying that want might be seen as selfish? Something you want.
Yes, I want a new bike. Yes, when you use the word want, it tends to be a bit, you say, well, I want a new dress.
Well, selfish.
Well, I don't want a new dress.
It could be seen as selfish.
Yes.
So want is very different from need.
Yes.
I always think of need as something that you need or you require for survival.
You must have it. You require it.
Yes.
Water, food, shelter.
Yes.
That sort of thing.
Things you need.
Yes.
Want is often seen more as a selfish desire. So maybe you want things that are really deep down worthless or pointless, or maybe something you have to spend a lot of money on, and then after a few weeks you become bored with it. So you want it, but then you become bored and you want something else. You move on to the next thing that you want.
Wants and needs, they're very different, aren't they?
And then desire as well. So maybe your hope, the thing you wish for, the thing you desire. I like that word, by the way, desire. I think it stems from, I want to say, French. I'm sure someone will tell me if it isn't. They will say, Mr. Duncan, you silly little man. It's not French, but I think it does come from French.
I desire you. Yes,
Enough
if
of
you
that.
desire something, it's more like it's a wish. It's a wish. Yes, it definitely is a wish. But when you say desire, yes, I desire. Do people use that phrase very much now?
I think it can be a desire. Normally when we are lusting for something, you want something maybe because you have the urge. Quite often if you see someone you are attracted to, maybe a beautiful lady,
I desire that
or
person.
a handsome man, or maybe someone you would like to get to know better.
Yes, desire is almost like more of a sort of physical, sort of emotional feeling, isn't it? I desire something.
It might even be described as uncontrollable.
Yes, it could be. Yes.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you wish for? So if you make a wish, quite often you are wanting something that you hope for, or maybe something that you hope will happen. What do you want? What do you hope for? What do you wish for? I think that's quite a nice one, actually. You can also grant a wish, as I did just. You see, you wave your magic wand like this.
Like a fairy, you mean?
You wave your magic wand.
Could have waved this magic wand
Yes.
for wishes, for likes.
You wave your magic wand and you grant a wish. So if you grant something, it means you are bestowing or you are giving that thing. You are allowing that thing to happen.
It will happen.
Yes. Grant a wish.
Of course, a genie is a sort of a mythical creature, that a mythical person that grants wishes, 3 wishes normally. The genie pops out of a bottle and grants you 3 wishes. Is a popular sort of, what would you say, that story, folklore?
Yeah, it's a fable or a fairy tale.
Yes.
So yes, Aladdin. I've it's been a while since I've had Aladdin.
You'll get struck off for that, Mr. Duncan.
I was going to say, it is a famous story about was he a young thief? And he found a magic lamp and he rubbed it. He kept rubbing it and he rubbed it harder and harder, and then something sprung out.
It's sort of an Arabian tale, isn't it?
Something came out, and it was a magic genie.
Yes.
And he granted Aladdin 3 wishes, and that is part of the story. So that's where it comes from.
Yes, it's probably seen as a racist these days. I think the genie in the lamp is seen as a bit of a racist sort of.
Why?
Well, but I don't know, but I think it is.
Wasn't there? Well, recently there was a remake, wasn't there, with Will Smith playing the part of the genie. So I'm not sure if it is racist. I think having a genie in your lamp, and you rub and rub and rub until he pops out.
I think it's a sort of a stereotype of a certain culture.
Okay.
It's seen as now, I think. But of course, it wasn't when we were growing up.
No.
And there's, grant 3 wishes. It was a popular. Do you have that in your culture where a genie comes out of a lamp and grants you 3 wishes?
It isn't. You know, it isn't real, don't you?
Yeah, because sort of Arabia seems like a mystical place
Yeah.
where all sorts of flying carpets and all sorts of things.
It's what we call a fable.
Yes.
Or a fairy tale. So it's a well-known story. And we all hope one day that we will rub something and a magic genie.
Saturino says you've got to desire a car. Ferrari Testarossa or Lamborghini Miura. Yes, Very good cars. I always wanted a Maserati Merak. MERAK, I think. I thought it looked absolutely wonderful. Somebody when I was a student, somebody owned one opposite where I was living, a yellow Maserati Merak. I don't think they were particularly highly rated at the time, but they were beautiful looking cars. Probably rusted away and were highly unreliable, but there you go. I always wanted one of those as well.
We are looking at words to do with wishing, and of course there is a thing that you can use to grant your wishes or to make your wishes come true, and that is a wishing well, which we have in our garden.
Oh, yes.
Look at that. So we have a magic wishing well. There it is.
It hasn't given us much luck with the neighbours, has it?
I was going to say that I don't think it works. I think ours is broken.
I think that well has long since dried up.
I think all the wishes have been granted from that wishing well.
Yes.
So that is the live view at the moment.
Oh, here's a good one
in
from
the garden.
Pedro. A wish list.
Oh, hello, Pedro. I didn't see
Pedro
Belmont.
Yes, no, that's very good. Wish list. Yeah.
I have a wish list on Amazon.
A wish list. Yeah, that's it. It's a list of things that you wish to have. Simple as that. So you can write them down. Ferrari Testarossa, new boyfriend, bigger house, and those sort of things.
Be careful what you wish for.
Or girlfriend, obviously in your case, Pedro. Bucket list. There's another one.
Okay, a wish list. Yes, that's a good one. So quite often a wish list is something that is not just about wishing for something to come true, but also maybe things that you hope that you can buy in the future. Maybe a list of things that you think, I might need that later. I might need that thing later on. And you make a wish list.
A wish list.
On my Amazon account, I have a wish list of things for my studio and for my work. And one day I've always wanted, because you can make your wish list public. Did you know that?
No.
You can publish it. And so you can actually publish your wish list. And I've always wanted to do it. But I've always felt a little bit nervous because it then looks like I'm being a bit selfish. So I've never done it. But
Pedro wants us to wish him luck. See, that's a good phrase.
Yes.
Pedro, you are really coming up with some good phrases today for the subject.
Why do you want us to wish you luck?
Because, according to Pedro, he's going on trial for 30 days, is that right?
When you say trial...
A court of law, is that what you mean, Pedro? Do you mean a court of law, or is it some other kind of trial? Yeah, I mean, it could be a physical trial. It could be a trial to get into a football team.
Yes.
Or do you mean a court of law?
Yes.
I mean, you're being very open here. We appreciate that.
I'm not sure if I want to know, to be honest.
But we do wish you luck. And that is a good phrase you can use.
Here we go, Steve. We want to finish because we are going in 3 minutes.
But that's a good thing to say to somebody, isn't it?
Yes.
If somebody's going for a job interview, wish you luck. Or whatever Pedro is doing, wish you luck. I wish you luck in that endeavour.
Yes.
Going out with a new boyfriend, anything. It's a very good phrase. Thank you, Pedro.
I will send you now some of my fairy dust. Here it comes. Are you ready?
Please let us know what happens.
Yes.
Pedro. We want to know, and whatever happens, do stay in touch.
Yes. But please send us a letter.
Yes, it is the court of law. We won't ask we won't ask any questions.
I will send you a large cake with something inside, maybe a small saw or something, so you can cut through the bars.
Oh no! We hope that doesn't happen.
No, I hope so as well.
Yes,
because we need all the viewers. We can't have our regular viewers going to prison. It's just not right.
Well, we don't know if it's an imprisonable offence.
I didn't say it was.
It could be just a fine.
Yes.
But 30 days sounds like a long trial.
What is a bucket list? What is it?
A bucket list is a list of things that you want to do maybe in your life
Before you die.
before you die. That's it. A bucket list. So you might want to visit Brazil. You might want to climb Mount Everest. You might want to dive down deep into an ocean. You might be countries you want to visit, things you want to do in your life, a bucket list. And that would be good for me because then you cross them off as you do them.
Play Russian roulette.
Play Russian roulette.
That's on my bucket list.
Yeah, there we go, Valentin. Things you do before you kick the bucket.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know it meant that.
Yes.
Yeah, if you kick the bucket, it means you die.
That's it.
So a bucket list, things you do before you kick. Yeah, I didn't know that, Valentin. You told me something.
We have 30 seconds to ask you, what do you wish for? Please give us your wishes now.
And we will, using Mr. Duncan's fairy wand.
I have my fairy dust down here.
This is fairy dust.
And I am going to sprinkle my fairy dust everywhere.
Yes. So, yeah, send us your wish list and we will do our best. It's almost like praying, isn't it? And praying is a kind of wishing. If you are a person that prays for things to, a god,
Yes.
then that's almost like wishing, isn't it, in a way? Is it? Or is that being what's the word? Maybe I'm not really. It's sort of like wishing, isn't it?
Well, I suppose praying and wishing, you pray for something, you wish for something, you put your hands together and you look up into the sky and you wish, you pray. So I suppose they are kind of similar because it's something you are hoping for.
Yes.
There is a certain amount of your own personal feeling going in to that thing.
Because it won't necessarily happen. You might wish for world peace like Beatrice's, or you might wish for a relative who is ill to get better, or a friend that's going on trial that you want them to be,
You don't want them to go to you don't want them to go to prison.
You want them to be watching you every week and be fit and healthy and well.
They might be one of those very liberal prisons that let you actually take your mobile phone in. So maybe you can still watch us.
We shouldn't joke.
I'm not joking. I'm being serious. Please, we need all the viewers.
Vitas is wishing us to be on for one more hour.
Unfortunately, Mr. Steve now is getting very old, and he's told me that he can't do it for more than 1 hour.
I could do another 10 minutes.
No.
But you're on tomorrow, so...
Yes, I'm on tomorrow. I don't want to tire myself out either, you see. So that is it. We are back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. Steve will not be here.
I'm working.
Because he is...
doing a proper job.
Working.
Joking.
But I will be here tomorrow from 2 p.m. for 1 hour. And I will be with you between now and the 31st. So I will put it on the screen very quickly. From the 22nd, which is today, until the 31st of October, I will be with you every day doing a live stream. I will be with you as live can be.
So in a way, your wish is coming true. It's just not happening right now.
So if your wish was to see me every day until the end of the month, guess what? Your wish
is coming true.
Is coming true. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Best wishes to Pedro.
Yes, for your...
Again.
Whatever it is you are doing, I hope it goes well.
Yes. And please let us know next week. Or 30 days it says here.
Or maybe we won't hear from you.
I wish Steve would be here tomorrow, says Valentin. Thank you very much. No, I'll probably won't be. I could always say hello, but I might be on the road, as we say. I might be seeing my customers.
You can't be with us then if you're on the road.
No, because if my company saw me, I'd get the sack.
Yes. I think Mr. Steve would like to keep his job for a little bit longer until we've paid for the Paris trip, and then we can do whatever we want. Thank you, Steve. See you tomorrow from 2 p.m. UK time. I am back with you, and it does seem like some sort of miracle has taken place, but it isn't. It isn't anything like that. It is just a way of celebrating 17 years on YouTube. Can you believe it? Thank you, Mr. Steve. And of course, you know what's coming next. Until the next time we meet here, don't forget to give me a like as well. A lovely like. And I will give you one last granted wish with my lovely fairy dust. I hope all your dreams come true. And of course, ta-ta for now. See you tomorrow.